everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for everyone who watched my video last week and subscribed. So if you haven't already subscribed and you're watching this video, please subscribe down below and turn on post notifications. And if you like this video, please give it a like. It really helps the algorithm and helps me get noticed and kind of like shows YouTube that like I'm a legit channel and stuff. So today is gonna kind of be like prep for online school, online semester, and if you're not online, that's so fun. I hope you guys enjoy your time at school. But just in case you do end up going online, these are good tips for online or honestly in-person classes. They're just, let's prep for school, let's prep for fall semester in general. So I recently graduated from Wake Forest University, so I definitely have a lot of experience in studying and staying on track. I did a lot of things during college, so it's good to always hear tips and tricks. I know I was watching a lot of these videos when I was trying to balance a lot of different things. Sorry, I feel like my hair does not look good. When you're trying to balance a lot of things and a social life and stuff, so just want to try to make your lives a little bit easier. So I wrote down a lot of tips and tricks on my phone. I kind of curated them from what like I used, different things I've heard, things my friends do, etc. So we're gonna just jump right in. Okay, so the first one I wrote down, they're not really in any particular order. It was more of like a brain dump kind of situation, rather than like a nice organized moment. So the first one I put was ordering books. I would recommend ordering and renting books on Amazon or any of those other like Chegg or any of those other websites that have cheaper rental books. Buying them from the bookstore is so expensive. I did not know that like you don't, I don't know, when I was going into college, like I just went to the bookstore with my parents like the first couple days and like we bought all my books. Like I had no idea that you could like rent them and still write in them most of the time. Make sure you check that because like I'm a big highlighter writing in books. I had no idea that like you didn't buy your books, you could rent them from the college bookstore. That is cheaper. I would always say rent your books unless you know you're going to be using that book for like later on in life or you're just like really interested in the topic. Overarching, I use Amazon a lot for ordering textbooks because you can rent them. It's easy, they come in a few days, it's easy to send back, you know, like Amazon just makes everything easier. So the second tip is planners. Like if you don't have a planner and you're in college especially, like get it together. I don't know how you survive with that one. You need to write down all your important due dates and different things right away because like you will forget things. I don't know how, if you don't have a planner and you're in college and you can remember everything and still turn in all of your assignments on time and just like know everything, like I don't even understand that. So seriously guys, get a planner. Don't be lazy with that. That is the one thing that will definitely change the game if you're not doing it already. And if you like don't have a planner or you just got one and you're being lazy and procrastinating, writing down all your dates in your syllabus, like pause this video right now and do it. I'm serious, like you have to do it. Let me show you mine. So this is this week, but let's see. Yeah, so I went through this whole semester, took all my courses. I have 4 courses, and I went through and wrote down dates, important tests, important assignments, and then weekly I'll go through and put in like, oh, okay, I need to read this chapter on kind of more of a to-do list. I know I'm super overkill with planning. Like that is definitely something. I just feel better. I enjoy doing it. I'll probably do like a plan with me kind of style video to show you one day, but I definitely don't claim to be like crazy good at it. I just pretty like OCD with something like that, so I need to really focus on like writing down all my dates and keeping track of everything. Okay. And I also put like make sure you're reading your syllabuses. Syllabi is probably the correct term. And like checking, like when you're filling out your planner dates, I always have classes that have stuff due on the first day. I don't know what it is, but just make sure, or like you're definitely prepared for the first day, because it's not a cute look when you show up to class for the first day and like are not prepared. Along with kind of the planning, scheduling, I said Google Calendar for scheduling. I'm a huge, like, I wouldn't say time blocking, but like I like to follow that loosely. I kind of take my own spin on it. There's so many good YouTube videos on time blocking. Sorry if you can hear the truck outside. There's so many good YouTube videos online about time blocking. On Google Calendar, I kind of color code mine, so that's like even more of an extreme. I just do all pinks because pink is my favorite color, as you could probably tell behind me. So I would just do something like that, especially when you're really busy, going to class, going to work. Like, you need to plan when you're going to be studying, and like if you have different social events for your sorority or otherwise, like it's fun to write them all down, and so you have stuff to look forward to at the end of the week. So I try to time block as much as possible. You don't need to be blocking out 15-minute segments of time. That's crazy, and like you'll be so focused in your calendar all the time. So, you know, the big things, like put your important dates in, put the things you know you have to be at every week, just so it's easier. You can glance at your phone, like if you're trying to set up a coffee date with a friend or something, so you don't double schedule anything. I also kind of talked about supplies. Organize your supplies. Go through your backpack, your pencil case, I carry like a little pouch, most girls do, probably for like tampons and extra makeup or anything that you want to keep in there. Go out, clean it out, wipe it down. I'm sure it's disgusting. My stuff gets disgusting and I'm a pretty clean person. So I would just like make sure you throw away any old papers, any old pencils or pens that don't work. Stuff like that. Oh, I mentioned time blocking now. I would just like focus on prioritizing times when you're most productive for studying and stuff, just so you can get a feel of how long it takes you to do certain tasks, especially if you have like a weekly essay or something to write for a professor, then like you can kind of figure out how long you need to prioritize that task. And then I also put to-do lists. I use the notes app on my phone. I legit have a zillion notes. Like, I'm reading off the notes app on my phone right now. I was laying in bed, putting it in here. They're my favorite, especially if you have a Mac. Like, you can look at your notes on your computer too. I think it's by far one of the best tools, like, you can use, especially if you don't use Google Calendar and like you just want to make cute little to-do lists in your phone. I love making to-do lists by hand, but I always seem to be more productive when I do them in my phone. So do what works for you, definitely, but I don't know, that's what works for me. So this is kind of going more into just generating good habits and stuff now, I think. I would say that getting in a good morning routine is probably very vital, especially if you're doing online school like I am. Like this morning, I had to get up to take my dog to the vet, and I came back and went back to sleep because I was tired, because I went to bed later. See, I'm yawning. I need more coffee. But in general, like, try to stick to a schedule. You'll be so much happier if you're going to bed at midnight every night and getting up at 8. Try to get 7 to 8 hours sleep. I love a good solid 8 hours of sleep. Some people function on less, but I mean, for your lifetime, I'm sure you hear this a lot, but like for your lifetime health and benefits, like you really should be sleeping 7 to 8 hours a night. And I know that's not possible every night, but believe me, in college I'd be up till 3 a.m. studying and getting up at 7 a.m. to study more. Like, it happens, pulling all-nighters. Try not to do those, but it happens. Staying up late, getting up early to study for an exam, those are rare occasions. You do not have an exam every single week, like all the time. So I would just really try to prioritize like going to bed. I like 11 to 7 or 12 to 8. I'm not like a go to bed at 9:30, get up at 5. Like, honestly, like, let's be reasonable. Like, if you're in college, like, you're not gonna do that. So I would just try to figure out your own morning routine. Like, even if you're going to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning, you're getting up at 10. Like, do what works best for you. Like, I am not an expert. Do not, like, take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt. Like, fit it into your lifestyle. And then I would also say, designate a good, clean workspace, especially if you're doing school online or working from home even. Like, you need to have a nice, clean workspace, and it needs to be, like, cute to you, organized. If it is full of crap everywhere all the time, you're gonna be so flustered, and you're not gonna want to go sit there. So just kind of make it cute. There's so many cute things you can get from Target that are cheap. You could go to the dollar store and get a couple little organization tins. Like, I was at Goodwill the other day. They have so many good baskets. I know everywhere is different, obviously, but like, you can make it cute on a budget. You can go if you have a printer or use your school's printer and print off like 3 prints from Pinterest. Like, you don't even need to frame them. You can hang them on the wall, like, just to make it a little bit more like aesthetic and cute, and make it a space that you actually want to spend time in. Because if you can't go to the library or something, like, especially right now with coronavirus, I know Wake is doing kind of like more outdoor study spaces, and things are going to be different this fall. So I would just try to like really spend some time and like putting in thought into how your workspace is wherever you study, in your room or etc. I would also take 10 minutes in the morning or at night to clean up your space. Like, I live in a townhouse, so I try to like throw the dishes in the dishwasher, kind of fold the blankets, you know, just so it's like tidy. I would just do like a quick 10-minute, even a 5-minute tidy will totally change the game. I like doing it at night because then I wake up and my dishes are in the sink, like dishes are out of the sink in the dishwasher, stuff like that. If you don't want to do something, so this is kind of more of a study tip, there's so many assignments that you get that you are absolutely dreading. You're putting them off just because you don't want to do that. You're normally not a procrastinator, but like, you're just burnt out, you're tired, and you're just putting it off. So I would just force yourself to do it for 5 minutes. Usually you get into a little bit more of a rhythm. You start having more thoughts about it. You're generating ideas. So you could just go for it. Normally after you work on it for 5 or 10 minutes, you're like, oh, I might as well just do it because I'm thinking about it. And you know what? If you're really not like in the mood and you did it for 5 or 10 minutes, like, you're ahead of where you were 5 or 10 minutes ago. So you'll start getting into your brain. So I just recommend, like, just try to force yourself to do something for 5 minutes if you have to get it done. And then I talk about a couple of apps, Gmail or any email account that you use. I like getting them on my phone. I have like Instagram notifications, Facebook, Twitter. I have basically everything turned off on my phone. I do not like notifications, but I do like getting my Gmail ones, especially for your school account. This is not as applicable if you're in like middle school or high school, but colleges like to send out a lot of emails. Like, that's how your professors really communicate with you, because they could cancel class, stuff, etc. So I just like getting them on my phone, honestly. I think it's just easy, and you can kind of respond to emails if you're like waiting for Chick-fil-A or something. So, and then I would also get Canvas or Blackboard or whatever like your school uses for like their grading online system. I know like at Wake we're just switching to Canvas. That was like kind of a transition that was happening last semester. So like some of my classes weren't available at an app. See, I'm tired because I went back to sleep. Anyways, I would just try to like get the app if you guys are using Canvas or Blackboard or something else that has an app. Just because it's easier, you can quickly check something if you forget. Google Calendar, I would definitely have this on your phone, especially if you're utilizing one of my earlier tips about kind of blocking out your classes, work, etc. It's so much easier if you're just like sitting down with someone and be like, hey, do you want to get coffee tomorrow at 10? Like, yeah, let me just check my Google Calendar real quick. Or if someone emails you, it's just, then they can send you a Google Cal invite. Like, it's just so much easier to figure it out. You're not having it in your head. It's not getting jumbled up days or hours. It's just one less thing to think about. And then I would say like pick out cute loungewear or clothes to wear to class or be in at home. You can check out Colors by Steph on Instagram. My tie-dye brand, we're doing a bunch of loungewear, tie-dyed loungewear. Or just go shopping in your closet. Like, you really don't need to buy new things. Just like, it's always, I always say it's always a good day to clean out your closet, honestly. Like, I'm sure a lot of you probably are always just like randomly buying things, or go to Forever 21 and buy a couple impulse things, and you just like accumulate stuff you don't wear anymore. So if you haven't gone through your closet, like, go through it, seriously. Make money off of it too. Like, sell some of your old stuff. Like, it's a good way to make some money. I've definitely made a bunch of money off Poshmark. And then I would set like a semester goal, or set a couple. If you want to raise your GPA, kind of aim for good grades, or if you want to have better time management, stop snoozing. I'm the biggest culprit of snoozing. Oh my god. I wish the snooze feature did not exist. Like, does anyone have any recommendations for an alarm that doesn't have a snooze? Because that's what I need. I've tried the whole put it across the room so you get up. I'll just get up, snooze it, let's turn it off, and then get back in bed. Or another goal could be like exercise more or something, you know. It doesn't have to be like, I want a 4.0 this semester. Like, make it a great, realistic goal for you and what you need to achieve. And then I like to think of new school years as a new opportunity to like start the year off fresh. Like, August can be the new January for 2020. I always think that way, like, oh, fall semester, like, new year, new me. Like, school year is kind of the same to me as like a calendar year, honestly. Like, I think of things as in school years, not calendar years. So like, August is the new January, especially in 2020. Like, let's run it back and start the year off fresh again. So I think that's all of my tips. I would love to know if you guys have any more. Comment down below if you have any more good tips that you like utilizing for school, that you know you're going to be utilizing in online school. Let's all get organized and prepped for the semester, because this semester, like last semester in the spring, is definitely going to be interesting, and there's going to be a lot of changes, and there's a lot going on in the world right now, so it's important that you can kind of control what you can control and have that as organized as possible, so then you can worry about more of the important stuff. You do not need to be worrying about due dates and stuff if you have it written down. You can be worrying about other things that are way more important in life. So thanks, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was helpful and you guys all got something out of it. I'd love to know more tips, because I am an organized queen. I like to think of myself like that, but like, let's be real. I feel like I'm always unorganized, but I like being organized. I don't know. But thanks again for watching my second video. I'm so excited. If you really liked it, please give a like, subscribe down below, thumbs it up, turn on the bell notifications, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!